Well, now, as efforts to secure a ceasefire between Israel and the Palestinians in Gaza continue tonight, rockets, some of them long-range, are still being fired into Israeli towns. These Hamas attacks are the reason Israel continues to bombard Gaza, supported by the overwhelming majority of Israelis. But as Inigo Gilmore has been finding out, there are small sections of society who don't fall into line with the rest of the country, but feel their voices are not heard.
At Cafe Tamar in Tel Aviv, they're feeling a bit lonely these days. This is a well-known meeting place for left-wing intellectuals, a quiet pocket of dissent in a seemingly united country. Most of Israel is firmly behind the military operation in Gaza, and in this atmosphere of war, the political left feels its voice is not being heard.
The right wing is stronger, larger, more vocal, more ready to go to the streets and be heard and take action. They're very proactive.
So do you think their rights is right in a way?
No, I don't think that just because there are many of them it makes them right, not at all.
Politics and war always go hand in hand, but nowhere is that more true than Israel. In this cafe, they're keeping a close eye on unfolding events around Gaza, and there's cynicism about the timing of the operation, just 2 months before an election.
They do have a lot of their voters in the south, and it is predominantly a right-wing and more religious sector led down that way. And when they feel that the government is operating for their benefit and in the direction that they wish to have, then it's obvious it will help.
In a time of conflict, Israelis tend to step in line behind the nationalist rhetoric of the government. So do most political parties, fearful they will be punished at the polls if they appear weak. Meretz is the only major party which opposes the bombardment of Gaza, and their leader feels the media are effectively cheerleaders for the government.
They create the atmosphere. It's the way that they are interviewed military, reserve military people, and the way that they are interviewed people from the right wing. So it's a kind of an atmosphere.
This is Israel's Channel 2, the most watched news network. Since the operation began, it's been wall-to-wall coverage, overwhelmingly focused on Israeli victims in the south. You will see some pictures from Gaza, but you rarely hear the stories of ordinary Palestinians, let alone their voices. Those Israelis against the operation don't get much of a look in either.
According to an opinion poll released in one Israeli newspaper today, 84% of Israelis are behind the operation in Gaza. Many of those people will take their information from channels like this one, where at the moment it's rare to hear dissenting voices.
We're showing mostly what's happening in Israel because this is the nature of media, and I think it would be the same with if London would have been shelled by Ireland. I think the outlet in London would have shown mostly what's going on in London and some what's going on in Ireland.
For now, Israelis may be firmly behind the Gaza operation, but opinions can change quickly here. And if things start to drag on, those muffled dissenting voices may yet get louder. Inigo Gilmore, Channel 4 News, Tel Aviv.